Hi, I'm Eve. I'm 20 years old. I live in New York City and I'm a junior in college. And I wanted to talk about three main things that made me go vegan. So the first was that I started to volunteer at a dog shelter where I lived, and at the time that was when I was a senior in high school. I started to learn about issues surrounding dogs in the United States, including breeding, puppy mills, dog racing, dog fighting. So I kind of started to view myself as an activist in that sense, but I didn't really connect my compassion that I had for dogs to any other animals besides humans. Then I started at NYU, which is where I go to college, and I took a class called Animals and Activism. And it's within this program at NYU called Animal Studies, the Animal Studies Initiative, which is incredible and which I'm a part of now. But so this was my first class I ever took. I was blown away. My whole mind perspective was just opened. I had never known about the issues involving not only the animals that we eat, but also wild animals, all sorts of issues of captivity, animals in captivity. And really, what I was so interested in and compassionate about dogs was just like the tip of the iceberg for me, and it really allowed me to get so much more into all of these issues and really start caring. And so I was really shocked. I was angry that the industry had hidden this from me and from Americans. They're just getting away with it. They're getting away with one of the most, if not the most, violent and unjust industries in the world. So taking that class, reading excerpts from Peter Singer's Animal Liberation, and learning about, Gary Francione, the abolitionist approach and welfarist approach, just learning about all these fundamentals of the animal rights movement really got me interested. A few months after that, this was the third event. I did an internship at an animal sanctuary. It was primarily companion animals, so dogs and cats, but there were also a few horses there and some pigs as well. I was starting to see, okay, these are creatures that are not so different than the ones that I'm walking every day, the dogs. And I also was living with a dog, she's my foster dog, but then I actually then adopted her. And so having that close companionship with a creature in my life also really opened my circle of compassion more. And this is like a 3.5, but it's part of the third, the working at the sanctuary, was that while I was there, I actually visited Farm Sanctuary, which is one of the largest farmed animal sanctuaries. I went to their location in Watkins Glen, New York. They have another location in Northern California. But that was really incredible because I really got to meet the animals that are the victims of this industry, the ghosts in our machine. Going to that sanctuary, and I think that sanctuaries, farm animal sanctuaries, are so important too, because watching a gruesome video or even just learning about these issues, the health, the environment, the ethics, the spiritual issues, by reading and through text, I think is really, really important. But there's something that is so magical about actually going to a sanctuary and meeting these animals and having that personal connection with them, because once you give a pig a belly rub and once you get licked by a cow, it's much harder, I think almost impossible, to then go and eat their brothers and sisters. So those were really the three main events that led me to become vegan. Now I've been vegan for about 1.5 years, and I can definitely say it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. For me, veganism isn't just about what I eat. I know that it might be for some people, but for me it's more so a moral ground, a moral standing, a way of life, philosophy, whatever you want to call it. Something so much deeper. It's the way I live, or try to live, a life of the least harm that I can cause, both humans and animals and the earth. So since I became a vegan, I've gotten much more into all of these issues, both academically and outside of school. I became certified in plant-based nutrition. I interned at a farm animal sanctuary. And so, yeah, I just want to educate more people about these issues and how enjoyable and how much better life is when you're a vegan. Know that you're causing as little harm as you can. Obviously, there are so many issues within not just the animal agriculture industry, but also within the produce industry, so that we can never live lives free of harm, but lives that we're doing what we can to cease the suffering of others. So yeah, that's it. And I'd like to make more videos, so if you have any suggestions or anything like that, just let me know. My Instagram is summer_abundance, like an abundance of fruit, and you can just reach out to me there. Bye!